Hello everyone, my name's Dallas May. If you're wondering why I'm wearing tactical gear, it's because it's zombie month. This entire month, like I said, what's left of it, we're going to be talking about zombie films, TV shows, we're going to be playing some games, and right now we're going to do a movie review. This movie is called Dawn of the Dead. This movie came out in 2004. It's a zombie survival horror film. It's about a bunch of survivors taking refuge at a large mall. And they must band together to survive in hopes of reaching salvation. So, without further said, let's get into this bloodbath. Okay, so this is Anna, played by Sarah Polley. She's a nurse working at a hospital. Tell you the truth, I thought this movie was going to start out at the hospital the way it looked. I mean, showing the skeleton picture or whatever of an x-ray. At first I was like, so it's going to start out at a hospital. But no. She goes home to her husband Lewis. I assume he's her husband, never established that she's married. When they wake up at dawn to find that her neighbors are turned into zombies. Well, that was quick. But, anyway, he goes to see if the little girl needs help when... Yep. Lewis, or whatever your name was, why? If you see a little girl that is almost a zombie, you don't walk up to her and take your eyes off her. It's just screaming for you to get bit, and that's exactly what happened here. Anyway, she tries to tend to his wound while trying to call 911. Phone doesn't work. Not surprised. And within minutes, he turns. Wow. So it doesn't even give you time to try and disinfect a wound or try and help him. He turns within minutes. Wow, that was quick. But anyway, these zombies are not your average shamblers or average walkers. These are like the super fast infected like you get in Dead Island. You remember those zombies that run around real fast? Well, that's about what these zombies are like. Anyway, she escapes her house and... Okay, her neighbor's pointing a gun at her. Dude, you should help her. But a out-of-control ambulance just runs right over him. Great, Anna, now you can take his gun. I mean, he has a pistol, clearly. You're not gonna take his pistol? Are you kidding me? There are zombies running around, and you got a perfect opportunity to take a weapon and arm yourself, yet you're like, leave it, and you just get in the car. If I was in this situation, I would have took his pistol. I mean, he's dead, he's not gonna need it. Anyway, she gets in the car, her husband Lewis has the superhuman strength to punch in the fucking window, but she manages to drive away to safety. Eventually that car's gonna run out of gas, ain't it? No, but some idiot tries to take the car from her, and she drives off the road and onto a small hill. Great. She should have just let him in. Hey, brute force strength in numbers, right? Anyway, it cuts to the killer intro, or should I say soundtrack, which is Johnny Cash, When a Man Comes Around.
There's a man going round.
I like it. It's a good soundtrack. Plus, this entire soundtrack basically tells you what's going on while she's out cold. It tells you that in the downtown area that it's chaotic. It tells you what the police and military are trying to do. It tells you, kinda gives you a little bit of info on how the virus started, but not enough. Like these pictures here. These pictures kinda depict that is probably the fault of some sort of parasite, maybe? Or some sort of blood disease or something? I'm not sure, but it looks like something to do with their blood or DNA that made them turn into zombies. To tell you the truth, I don't know how it started, but that's what it kind of looks like to me. Plus, this woman here is talking about the CDC. If you listen real carefully, you can hear her say something about the CDC. Now, if the music wasn't playing, I could probably understand a little bit more of what she's saying. But to me, it sounds like she's saying CDC. So I'm thinking, okay, so there's an infection or some sort of blood disease, and the CDC's trying to figure out what it's from or how is it caused. But it never establishes that. So, the rest of the soundtrack basically depicts that the world's going to shit. Anyway, she comes to find Kenneth, a big, hunky, shotgun-wielding policeman. Alright, I can roll this guy. He helps her in surviving when they come across 3 other survivors. Michael, and I forgot the other 2. But anyway, they come to the big mall. Alright, so big security shutters, right? No, I don't even see any freaking security shutters. From the looks of it, it's just thick glass. Seriously, every freaking mall that I've seen has some sort of security shutters on it. And I'd think, okay, so the zombies can't get through the security shutters. If it's just plain glass, the zombies could easily break right through that, you know? I mean, if they have the freaking power to punch a hole right into a freaking car window, then they got enough power to punch a hole through a freaking glass door. Anyway, okay, so Michael breaks off to look around when he finds the zombified version of Mr. Clean. Not surprised. Can't believe he turned it too. And yet I thought he was supposed to be Mr. Clean, if you catch my drift. Anyway, zombie attacks Kenneth, he injures himself, Anna shoots him, stuns the zombie. Anna, you're supposed to aim for the noggin, dunce cap, the head. There's all kinds of words for the head. Noggin, dunce cap, melon. There's a few other words too. But anyway, you're supposed to shoot him in the head. But it stuns it long enough for them to get the fuck away and into an elevator. Whereas they meet 3 security guards. That's Terry. I forgot who he's played by. That's CJ. Wait the fuck a minute. Isn't that Simon from The Walking Dead? It looks just like him. To tell you the truth, I think it might have been the same actor that played as Simon in The Walking Dead. Anyway, they take them prisoner-ish. They let them stay, but they take their weapons. Okay, are these guys supposed to be assholes or nice guys? I'm not sure. At first, they're a bunch of dicks, except for maybe Terry. Terry might show little remorse and sympathy for the other survivors. Anyway, the one guy from the original Dawn of the Dead, which was in the I can't even remember where it was from. It was like 1970s, I think. Maybe 1940. It was somewhere within that range. Anyway, he tells them about how the dead will walk the earth. We already established that with the hundreds of zombies out there, dude. You don't need to tell us that.
Stop it, CJ. Don't do this.
Shut up! Anyway,
I'll kill you to stay alive. You hear me?
they're out arranging a huge help sign when a helicopter flies over them. Set up a signal fire? No, they don't even attempt to do that. They just wave their arms around and yell at it. Why? If I see a helicopter flying over me in a frickin' zombie apocalypse, I'd try a signal fire or a flare gun. If I had a flare gun, that's exactly what I've been doing. Or some sort of signal fire. I wouldn't have been yelling, "Hey, stop!" They can't hear you. But they might be able to see a signal fire. But that's when they also establish Andy, a gun shop owner across from the mall. Okay, so he's loaded up on firepower. I want to hang with this guy. Anyway, when months pass, they find more survivors. Okay. When CJ decides to be a major dick lord and threaten to kill people, I tell you the truth, I probably would have shot him first chance I got. I mean, if anyone's going to imprison me and threaten to shoot me, I'm going to wait until his back is turned and have a gun hit on me. You see, this is something I established. No one thinks to have a gun hit on them, like duct tape to their chest or back. See, if I had a gun duct taped to my chest, I would have waited for his back to be turned and then kill his asshole buddy. But yet, no one thinks. Of course, no one did have the time to establish duct taping a pistol to the chest or back would be a good idea. But it is a clever idea to hide a gun like that. I mean, sometimes, but not all the time. Anyway, afterwards, there's a regime change. They manage to overpower the security guards. They don't hurt Terry because he sides with the survivors. Great, so you got another person added to your group. But they decide to imprison CJ and Terry. Or not Terry, but CJ and his friend. Okay, cool. Now what are you gonna do? Right, they're going to help the other survivors. And by that, they go to the parking garage, Michael and What's-His-Face, and they try to open the door. They forgot to unlatch the deadbolt. Really? Michael, did you not see the deadbolt? I mean, sure, it is tiny, but you can clearly see that. But anyway, after they get outside, they realize, oh, there's an escape ladder they could drop down and be up on the truck to safety. Why didn't they just do that? I mean, they could have just went down. They should have just went up top and used the ladder and lowered it and let the people in the truck on board. I mean, on the ladder. Because then you wouldn't have to worry about freaking zombies trying to climb up, right? I mean, sure, they are fast, but are they smart enough to climb up a truck or a ladder? Anyway, after they saved him, they established that 2 of the survivors in the group are actually infected. Well, dude, I hate to say this for you, buddy, but you're gonna have to go. And then there's the big fat lady. Okay. So, shoot her too. But no, she resurrects right before anyone could shoot her or put her out of her misery. Thus, Anna taking a fire poker and stabbing her in the eye. Okay, that's one way to kill a zombie, I suppose. Anyway, after, I guess, months of just hanging out, doing whatever in the mall, there comes thousands of zombies. So, it is established that this entire state that they're in, I don't know what state they're in, but whatever state they're in, the entire population is zombified now, I guess. But then but then the power goes out, and there's, okay, so that guy and his wife end up having a zombie baby, and his wife, and he gets killed, and the zombie baby is just like, what's up? Until Anna decides to put a bullet in its head. Okay, my question is, how did the baby die, or turn? I'm confused. Because the woman was a zombie, and she gave birth to a zombie baby. I am very much confused right there. Just gonna leave it there. Anyway, after they mourn those 3, or whatever, I guess they toss them out to the zombies.
Somebody should say something.
To tell you the truth, they can't really bury them in the mall, and they don't want to live with the stench, so I guess they just toss them out to the zombies. I mean, that's the only explanation I got for what they do with the bodies. Anyway, they come up with a plan to take...
a lot of wives and fathers and kids.
I forgot his name.
But that's not what I was really feeling.
Anyway, not important. They decide to take his
In the back
boat
of my mind, I
and
was
go to
always
an
saying,
uncharted
"Better
island. Okay, so you're assuming that the infection hasn't gotten to these islands yet. Didn't we just establish that in the intro the entire world is going to shit? Because it showed different places, kinda, in that intro that the world's gone to shit, basically. So you're just assuming that this island is safe? Anyway, they come up with a plan how to do this, but Andy is starving. Well, of course he's starving. He's locked in a gun store, not a grocery store. I mean, it was smart enough for him to lock himself in his own gun store. I mean, he has a shit ton of firepower, but yet he hardly has any food. So I could kind of see his predicament. Anyway, decide to send... Well, I forgot. They established turning the power back on in the parking garage. I forgot to mention that. In the parking garage, they find a little dog named Chips. Is he a Dorito? Is he a Frito? Is he a potato chip? I'm joking. He's just a cute little dog. Anyway, they thought it was a zombie at first. They were about to shoot it. Luckily, they just pet on it, and so zombies are quiet little ninjas when they don't have legs. Because that zombie on that fucking pipe that has no legs was quiet as hell. How? How did none of them hear that zombie coming? So the zombies are supposed to be ninjas, huh? Anyway, after they managed to turn the power back on and set a shit ton of those fuckers on fire, okay, I can roll with that. Anyway, they decide to come up with the plan to get Andy food. Okay, so you're not gonna really do much. I mean, you can't really. You don't have a tiny helicopter. Just, you know those little RC helicopters that you just control with a little controller. Well, they can't attach a bag to one of those because they don't have any of those little RC helicopters, so they can't really fly food over to them like that. They don't have any drones, so how are they gonna give food to him? Yet they decide to sacrifice the damn dog. Sacrifice CJ. He was a dickhead to you guys earlier, and yet you're not gonna sacrifice him. I mean, sure, he ends up being a good guy later in the end of the film, but earlier he was a complete dickhead. Yet they sacrificed the little dog. Luckily they don't pay a lick attention to the damn dog. And yet I thought the dog was gonna get eaten. And he just whips right by them like nothing, and the zombies are like, meh. And the dog gets in, he gets his food, and uh-oh. Looks like the freaking zombies found a way to open up a hatch door. Oops. You're gonna be really screwed if they figure out how to open a door. But anyway, Andy gets bitten, so he's infected. Okay, so that's one person they can write off their list as survivors. But yet they decide to go, oh, we can just go by the sewers. Why couldn't you have done that before? Oh yeah, that's right, because Nicole had to take their truck and drive over there to Chips. Really, woman? The zombies didn't pay a lick attention to the damn dog. And yet you gotta drive over there and sacrifice your own damn life. The dog is fine. The zombies didn't pay a lick attention to it. Heck, if it wanted to, it could just said, fuck you guys, I'm out. Literally, that dog, it just walked right by them and they're like, meh. That dog could, if that dog wanted to, it could just ran the fuck away. And probably lived. But anyway, they decide to go by the sewers and go into Andy's gun shop, where Andy's a zombie and they just blow his head off. Then they stock up on firepower. Right. Let's rock and roll now.
Nicole, you in there?
Anyway, after they stock up on firepower, they get Nicole, they blow up some zombies, go into the sewers. One of their people, Tucker, I think that was his name, gets killed by freaking zombies. Okay. So why didn't he just run away? I mean, he was out in the open. He could have ran inside Andy's gun shop. I mean, that could have been a smarter choice, I guess. I mean, there were zombies kind of surrounding him, so he didn't really have anywhere else to go. I mean, he could have went to Andy's gun shop and locked the doors and such, because there's still a shit ton of firepower in there. But anyway, after he gets killed, they all run over to the buses, which they took some time to build and reinforce. Once they get firepower, then they go over and get in those buses, and they drive through thousands. And I'm not talking about hundreds, I'm talking about thousands. There's at least 5,000 zombies there. At least. Maybe 1,000. I don't know, but it's a shit ton. They drive right through them. CJ gets up top, throws a propane tank at them. When... What the fuck? That zombie is getting ready to throw the damn propane tank back at them. Shit. These zombies are getting smarter. Because that zombie was like, hey, drop this. Here, take it back. Right when CJ shot it. You know, CJ, after you shoot that propane tank, wouldn't the explosion have killed you and the people in the truck? I mean, it is pretty close to you. I would have expected the explosion to severely damage the vehicle or kill the people inside, including you, because you were clearly in a line of the fire explosion. But anyway, Michael stands there for a good minute. Michael, let me explain this to you. After the zombies are all blown to shit, and there's still a few getting up, it is okay to just drive over them and keep driving. But he does that anyway after sitting there for a good minute. When one truck crashes, kills everybody inside, that's what you get when you leave a running chainsaw inside a vehicle. I heard a helicopter outside just now. I swear to God, zombies show up, I'm fucking ready. Anyway, after that truck crashes, they grab what supplies and whatever survivors are left alive, which there's only like one or two. I think that's Anna, and I know Steve got killed, because he decided to take off on everyone, and a zombie got to jump on him. Okay, I can live with him being a zombie. She shoots him in the head, takes his boat keys. Huh. There was a helicopter. Never mind. Anyway, after she takes his boat keys, they drive to the docks. My question is, how do they know which boat is Steve's? I mean, do they try random boats? I mean, do they go boat by boat until they find the right one that the key fits and works? No, they just find one random boat that the key happens to fit. Because it never established how they knew which boat was Steve's. They just assumed, oh, that boat is Steve's. I mean, did he show a picture of what it looked like? Did it tell him what number or space the thing was in or whatever? Because it never established that. It just established that they take his boat. I mean, there's gotta be a way they found out that it was his boat. But anyway, they all get on the boat and sail to safety. But wait, never mind, Michael is bitten. Great. So that leaves Terry, Kenneth, Anna, Nicole, pretty much that's about it left alive. Because let's see, the chick that Steve was fucking is dead. The priest guy is dead. CJ's dead. He blew himself up along with the zombies. I mean, at least he went out with a bang. Let's see. I know Chips, Nicole, Terry, Kenneth, Anna, they're all alive. Michael shoots himself, and... okay. Movie. Why go from a freaking badass zombie survival film into a found footage film? Parts of this is almost like a found footage film. Why? At least they arrived to the island. But, uh-oh, zombies are there too, so... they fight him off, I guess, because it never shows what happened to him after that. And that was Dawn of the Dead 2004. It's a somewhat good movie, except for the ending. Why turn it into a freaking found footage film? Those found footage films suck. I hate to say that, but they do. They suck. First I thought, hey, a found footage film, that might be good. When I first saw a first found footage film, which was Quarantine, I literally just wanted to snap my neck and just to get out of watching that. But Dawn of the Dead 2004 has a major intake on the world. It was pretty good. I liked it. I liked the film. It's pretty good. Because it shows them... Because in the beginning, it shows like what the people were before the outbreak, and then what happens during the outbreak, and how the world turns to shit afterwards, and how they're resourceful. It shows everything. It shows everything a good zombie survival horror film should have. And pretty soon I'm going to have to do a review of Land of the Dead.